Okay, in this one, we are working through a practice question and we are using a high-low method for our analysis. We're going to figure out what the cost equation is that relates student memberships with total utilities costs. And then January is expected to see 6,000 students. What are the anticipated total utilities costs in January of next year? So for the high-low method, what we're going to do is first identify what are the high and low volume numbers. So it's going to be student memberships. So high and low, it looks like 4,000 and something. So 4,200, that one's looking pretty low. Yep, below is going to be 4,200. Then we've got 5,000 and something, so 5,800. 5,000, yeah, 5,800. It's looking like April and November. We've got 5,800, 27,400, and 4,200 and 22,600. So just make sure that you're not using the dollar amounts to figure out what your high and low are. But here, just have the bigger one first when we're calculating this slope. So here we're going to calculate the slope of the line. So 27,400 minus 22,600 divided by 5,800 minus 4,200. And that's going to tell us what our slope is. And I feel like this is tell us all this time. Where is my calculator? Okay, calculator here, 27,400 minus 22,600. Okay, now we're going to divide that by 5,800 minus 4,200. And we get $3. $3 is the slope. That's the variable cost per unit. Now we're going to plug it in. Y-intercept. We're going to plug it into our cost equation to find what that y-intercept is. Let's plug in either one of them. Let's just plug in the other point. We just used, let's just plug in the point with the lowest dollar amounts here. Total costs should equal $3 times our x, 4,200, plus our y-intercept that we can solve for. B, or you just write it out as fixed costs if you want to. 3 times 4,200. We're going to subtract that from the 22,600. And we get 10,000. So our fixed costs are 10,000. So really, the total cost equation here, total costs equal, slide this up a little bit, total costs equal that $3 variable cost per unit x plus 10,000 as our fixed costs. So that is the total utilities costs as it relates to student memberships. And now for part B, we can say, well, 6,000 student members, what are going to be our utilities costs? So we're just plugging in 6,000 for our x there. So 18,000 plus the 10,000 is 28,000. You want to be a little bit careful. Okay, sometimes this is going to be considered outside of the relevant range, but I think for the most part, you're just going to plug it in. Just plug in the value and see what you get as your total costs. But yeah, there we go. That's how to do the high-low method, calculating your slope first, then you're finding your fixed cost, which is your y-intercept. And then if you're given an x value, you can plug that in to figure out, roughly what your costs might be. In this case, 28,000. So there you go. That's how to do this one. I'll see you in the next one.